But I do think that like, okay, one minor spoiler from the beginning of it
Okay.
is the implications of the timeline that this kid came from.
Hmm.
Like, cause like when Jess finds him in the woods, he's like got like a gas mask on,
Right.
and then he's like, the air is safe to breathe, and she's like, yeah, like why wouldn't it be? So like basically, whoever sent him back in time like cared about him and loved him enough that they wanted him to have like a better life. So they sent him back in time to a place where that he could like breathe and play and be a kid.
Right.
The implication of like what happened in the future, because like this is like they sent him back in time from like their probably a not too distant future,
Right.
post-apocalyptic kind of thing. So I'm mostly curious about like what happened
Same.
during that
And
time
actually,
period.
that is a connection between the two stories. Is in the first story, our technician narrator talks about how there's a point where humanity has basically set them on a path to their own extinction,
Yeah.
right? And so we know that there's a future that, for whatever reason, we don't really know, like humanity's going to go extinct. And this boy's coming from that future,
Yeah.
right? Which I thought was interesting. What I was a little confused about was how unsurprised Jess and Chris were by the implication that this boy came from the future. And it made me wonder.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so does time travel already exist in their timeline? Or is this far enough back that they wouldn't have known about time travel yet? Because she was very unsurprised that he came from the
Yeah.
future.
Yeah. They're just kind of like, oh, you're from the future? Neat.
So it made me think that, okay, time travel might already exist, and
Yeah.
and like the public knows about it. The other thing that was kind of weird is things
But
were
I don't think the public knows about it because they were being very secretive about like with like their friends and stuff, like where this kid came from and stuff like that.
true,
I think they were just like accepting it at face value.
which is
It's like super
which is
weird. Like,
dumb.
because like I mean, like yeah, we have like so many movies and stories about time travel, but like if you actually met somebody from the future, like I would be like freaking out. I'd be like,
Yeah.
what the hell do you even mean you're from
Yeah,
the
exactly.
future?
So that was a little unbelievable. I was not able to suspend my disbelief. And then the other thing I did not like about this was things were explained to me in retrospect a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like I never got to experience things in the moment. It always kind of felt like it was being told to me. This disunion between husband and wife, I just kind of learned about after the fact.
Yeah.
And I never really got to see that happening.
That is kind of like the way short stories go, though.
Yeah, and I guess
not,
I'm not really tuned to reading short stories that
Yeah.
much, so maybe that's a me problem.
no,
I didn't like it.
Well, that's the thing though. Is that something that I wanted to bring up was like I do read more short stories, but like there's most of them I don't feel are satisfying to me.
Mhm.